All right, so today is the 31st of May, Wednesday. I've got gold in front of me. I've marked the astro hours here, as you can see. So let's take a look at gold from today. Now, this zone, remember I said we'll tap into this zone. The market did, and we had that 31.11 yesterday, with yesterday's prices being right on there. And the market, as you can see, came here. And as you know, this was, what was it, 10:45? I think it was right there. Okay, so the market tapped it and then went up. Now, yesterday when I put the astro hours for the 30th of May, that's 10:45 there. But if you took financial astrology from me, you would have had 9:15 there as well. Okay, 10 past 9 actually. You can round it off to 9:15 was there, and also we had 9:50, which you could have also had on this one, 9:45 there. So this zone was the place for the U-turn, as you can see, from that level, and the market went up into this zone, and we said we'd get into this zone. Now, look, we've got a breakout here. So I also said yesterday, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. So we should have an A, B, C upwards, right? I've marked this zone in before, as you guys know. So going up from here towards there is the first option. So now it's done a good buy kiss, as you can see here. All right. So not much to talk about. We've got targets at 51 and 55. So we should head up towards 1978 and 1992. And this is 1978 here. And 1992 is here. All right, so we should get up into this zone here. Whoops. 78, 1992. All right, so that was the target for yesterday, 1963. Touched it nicely. And as you know, 3:15 was an astro hour yesterday. 4:35 was an astro hour yesterday, which is right there. And as you know, 6:30 was an astro hour yesterday, which is there. Again, right on there. And then we had the market chilling out. Okay, so that's that. So what we want to do is this. If the market breaks above the high of yesterday, then pulls back into an astro hour to the opening or the weekly pivot, we'd like to go long. Okay, and that's how it is. Into those targets. So any breakout, then a pull back into the astro hour, or if the market doesn't break out but does pull back into the astro hour, such as the daily pivot, okay, or the weekly pivot or the low of Asia, like here or whatever, it's, I think, good to go up into those levels, okay, because we've got a PST breakout. And on the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly. It still hasn't made that, but yesterday it did make one of the dailies, which was the 1932 here. So we didn't quite get to the 1920, but we did get there. So it's got potential to go up. If it breaks up and then comes back to an astro, it's obviously safer to trade. Euro dollar. Now this is the euro dollar from yesterday. Let's take a look at the daily. So here we are, as you can see. With this as well, as you can see, I said yesterday we had this HCL1 line. See how the market nicely bought right from there on the HCL1, and that was the target. And that's your astro hour there, 10:45 opening bar right in there. So if you went in and followed it through, you would have had a good trade happening there. All right. Today, what's going to happen today? Let's take a look. So this was a nice up move yesterday. So the market coming back down to retest in order to go back up is an option. Okay, it's doable. They can do it. On the weekly, this could be a place for a bit of a pause to push up. So what we can do, trade both sides. So we can use definitely our astrological hours here for Wednesday. And you can mark them in. I think the better spots are going to be, well, today we've got, well, it's 8:11 at the moment. So we've got 8:45 and Well, we've got 8:30 to 9 o'clock actually. Okay, so this zone here is probably going to be okay, and then that should lead us into lunchtime and possibly 1:55. Let's call it 2 o'clock. Okay, around there, and then the rest is going to be New York, like I panned it out here, and I will put that in the members area there. Okay. So with the euro dollar as well, you're going to have to be careful because this is a bit of a tricky spot. As you know, we're looking for the market to come down lower. Okay, so coming down is what we're looking at here. Accordingly, we've still got room to come down. Okay, so the market could easily push down as well. Your first spot for a support is going to be 1.0667. 1.0667 is just going to be around there. Okay, so we've got a bit of room. That could be the level there. And on the, where are we? Where's the monthly? The monthly is there, 46, as you know, as well, 1.0656. All right, so we still have the option of coming down here. And if it does come down here, you can definitely go up. Also, going long from the lows of yesterday is also not a bad idea at all. Okay, if it comes back down into an astro hour, going back up is also, in my opinion, is okay, because this is a nice bullish bar here. So, and there's a breakout there with a divergence, as you can see. So the market coming back to retest the lows of yesterday in order to go back up is also tradable. It's tradable. If you want to just keep your risk low, just keep the volume low, or wait for a confirmation. Let it come down and then start going up, and then on the pullback you can go as well. This is Dow Jones. This was the zone I marked in yesterday. As you know, I said we'll probably come back in definitely to fill in this level, and that's what the market did. So nice to see the market there. If you sold at this zone, I said you could sell in this zone yesterday. So if you sold around here, you should have been okay coming all the way into this zone. And that was an astro hour again, as you can see how the market went up, filled in the gap, and then just boom, came down here as well. So what we want to do with the Dow Jones today, let's take a look. Okay, I'd like to follow this down. Also on Monday and Tuesday, I said it's okay to sell from these levels. So if you kept selling, you should be okay. We've got 30 down here, which is 32,405. So I'm going to put that in. It's a bit far down there. 32,405 is just, well, it's around here. Okay, so never mind. That's the zone there. So it should, it should start to also come down. This looks like a bit of a distribution here. And if that is the situation, what we'll look out for is also on any pullback, we'll want to sell as well. Okay, so looks like this could be that pullback yesterday, actually. Okay, well, so if you sold on this or the weekly pivot, okay, at the astro hour, the weekly pivot zone, you can still follow it through. But yesterday it was like, I said during the video as well, you can sell from this zone as well, because this setup was looking okay to sell. So we would want to follow that through. If the market goes up into the white line daily or the weekly into this range, let's say this zone, if it pulls back up here, you can sell. There is a gap here, so the market coming into the daily pivot is an option. If it does come back up here at an astro hour, you can sell it off, and it's okay to do so, I think, to push further down, simply because we've got room to come down. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So as the market comes down, you've got to be a bit, make sure you're on your guard down here as the market comes down. Okay, let's take a look at SP 500, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. All right, so this is SP 500. So let's take a look at that. Now, these were the highs from yesterday. Now, yesterday I said we could get to the high of Monday, and I said Tuesday is a swing day. So if you took that as an opportunity, that would have been fine. Monday was also an opportunity, but Monday the markets were closed, as you know. So Tuesday, the market coming back and slightly higher than the above Monday, taking the stops to push down exactly at the Astro hours right here and right here, all the way into those targets. Definitely made the good trade, and also the market came back into that, as you can see, and then fell off from there. So SP 500, as you know, we also said that these lines were levels we want to sell at. So you can see how the market sold at this line. We came now to the second zone, that's the purple zone. I said we'd sell in this zone as well, and the market is selling off, and that's the swing day from yesterday. All right, so that's all good happening. These lines, as you know, are special trend lines which I drew ages ago, and it's nice to see them working. And I said if we get here, we will be sellers, and the market did that nicely. Okay, so what we want to do is push down. So from these levels, that's the weekly, we've broken down below that, so we should flow towards that 56 level, which is 4,156, and this 4,173. So 4,173 is there, and 56 is down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this into there. I'm going to leave this here despite the fact that it's the weekly pivot. I said we would come down here, remember? We are going to come back down here because the market should do that, and I drew these levels. That's a PST, that's a PST level as well. So what we want to do, these were targets yesterday, the market made that. Now any pull up to push further down is okay, to sell further down in my opinion. All right, a place that might be the good level is 59, which is 4,201. So if we get into, which the market has already done, 4,201 is about there. It's a bit too close for my liking. Let's do this. If the market gets back up into the Asia high, the white line, the daily there, that's your zone there. 1, 2, 3 zones. Okay, we should pull up in order to sell off again. This is looking like it's a distribution pattern, as you can see here. So that's the breakdown. Okay, so we have this push up, market coming down, breaking in, and then retest to sell off again. So any pull up, you want to be selling down. Okay, so that the white line is good. The daily pivot is also good. If it comes up into the Astro hours, you can sell it down. Nasdaq, same kind of thing, guys. Yesterday, this was a target zone, remember, and that was an Astro hour. This was an Astro hour. So if you sold here, you would have been fine, and that's also an Astro hour. You can see the market sold off from there as well. I also said we should be coming back down into the weekly pivot on this as well. All right, because of the levels there. Okay, so these should all come back according to our technical analysis. It should come back to refill, and if I go to the daily chart, this is the zone there. So this is actually a good signal to go back down, and look, it made those PST levels nice and easy, and now we're dropping down. Now the first support is going to be the 75 level, 14,306. 14,306 is there. Once we break through that, okay, it's also probably going to take us down. So this is, once again, it's looking like a distribution setup here, market making a high. Maybe we'll go back up again for a retest, but like I said, it should start to sizzle down from here. And remember with NASDAQ, Tuesday and Wednesday were the swing days, okay? And that's your Tuesday, right on the PST zone at the Astro hour. So that is a really good trade. All right. So any push up into the white line or the daily pivot, you want to push back into a sell at Astro hours. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, remember, I said selling is the way to go, and I said we would come down, okay? And these are the zones, as you can see. That's a beautiful sell-off by the market, right into our target zone, right into our lap. This was the Astro hour yesterday. Beautiful push down, beautiful push down, beautiful push down. It's all good. As you can see. Now with Bitcoin, I did say we're looking to sell. Monday was a swing day. I also did a tweet yesterday, if you're following me on Twitter. I said Monday was the swing day for Bitcoin, but you can do it on Tuesday too. I said it came back right into the Astro hours and just flopped down right in there. Okay, what are we expecting for Bitcoin? I'm still expecting the market to come back down into the 20s. All right, but that's just how it is. I marked this in purple especially. That's a trend line which is according to financial astrology. These are also according to financial astrology. Sooner or later, we're going to come back into this zone. I know it's a bit scary for people, but I think that's, the first port of call, obviously, this purple zone here. We should come back into this turquoise line for sure. Okay, that's a planetary trend line I drew on MetaTrader 4. Also, if you're using Gann and Gann trend lines, you really don't have to scale the chart because it moves according to the planets, and you don't have to scale the chart at all. So relax about that if you don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do scaling on a chart, don't worry about it. Just draw your planetary lines and you should be okay. So selling, I think, is the way to go. And we talked about this before, head and shoulders here as well. We should at least come back into this purple zone before any buyers come in. But in my opinion, we're going to go lower. So if you're going to buy here, just be mindful that they'll probably sell further into this zone. So what we want to be doing with Bitcoin as well, if the market comes up here, selling is the way to go. As you can see, this is also a distribution setup. Okay, market spikes up nicely, comes back, does a few retracement and just falls off. So now any pull up, you want to be looking to sell at an Astro hour, and the market should push further down. Okay, and that's just how it is.